music on this time. Being a DJ. Happy Friday! Friday!
Happy Friday.
I'm coming in hot.
Finally here.
Yep, with our latte. Raina's got a latte today.
Actually, it's an espresso.
Espresso, I'm sorry. I don't do it very often, but Dunkin' Donuts coffee. This is probably, the fourth one this year, I think.
Yeah, I can't do Dunkin' anymore. Not the coffee anyways.
Yeah.
But it is free donut day today. And we definitely had to stop and get our donuts.
Yep, I have. What's your donut of choice?
Yeah, glaze is my go-to. And then second up is chocolate glaze for me.
This is kind of a mixture of
Is that the filling one?
Yeah, this Bavarian cream.
Mm.
Yeah, that's my favorite. But it's a big mess. When I take a bite, it's probably going to explode everywhere.
Don't do it. Don't.
So good.
Yeah, we figured it's Friday. We're going to treat ourselves to some donuts today.
Yeah. Treat yourself. We didn't really come with a big topic plan, but we figured have a little open discussion about donuts and such, and what donuts mean to us and Dunkin' Donuts in general. Because really, I don't think there's Duck Donuts, right?
Isn't there Allie's Donuts? Is that in Rhode Island? Or?
Yeah, and it's whatever. It's pretentious, personally, I think. Don't hope Allie's Donuts is not listening. But like, I feel like they're just like hype. Dunkin' Donuts has the best donuts. I put my foot down.
I do like Duck Donuts though. That's a local one.
They're good. Or what's the other one? Is there another one? Or am I
Krispy? Is that they're still around? Krispy Kreme or no? So,
yeah, I don't like the flavor of those donuts. I like the process of them, how you can see the donuts go through the machine and stuff, but it tastes like chemicals to me.
We're just gonna watch you eat your donut.
Yeah, rub it all on my face. Like National Donut Day. What I was gonna say about Dunkin' Donuts is that there's a bunch of memories attached to Dunkin' Donuts, right? You grew up with Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, like some of my first memories of growing up and really getting ready for school, my dad would always stop at Dunkin' Donuts and get his coffee and his donut. And then even fast forward, when I first got into web development, it has been something that it just got the routine of going to Dunkin' Donuts, getting a donut, and it's like a little treat in the morning. So I don't do it as often anymore because donuts aren't the greatest for you if you have them every day. But it does have that nostalgic and remembrance of when we first started. Even when I first met Tony, it was at work and it was like a routine that we had, like, hey, you want a donut? You want coffee and a donut?
Yeah, is it Dunkin' ? Or DD?
Yeah.
Double D.
So it holds a special part, as cheesy as that is.
Yeah, and for me, Dunkin' Donuts is special because when I lived in California, I did a stint in California for 10 years in Silicon Valley, different startups and stuff. There was no Dunkin' Donuts out there, and it was hard.
Hey, Brianna, thanks for joining us today.
Who is it?
Brianna.
Brianna?
Yeah.
What's up, Brianna? You're here because of National Donut Day. You want to learn more about
Shout
donuts.
out to your donut husband.
It's probably Royce. Was like, I need to learn more about donuts. We're here. We're celebrating on your behalf, Royce, if you're here. I know Brianna. But I was going to say, like, there was no Dunkin' Donuts. Oh, my God. So once I realized that the closest Dunkin' Donuts... Hey, look at that. I love the donut story. The closest Dunkin' Donuts to me was 8 hours away in Las Vegas. And multiple times, it sounds crazy, but I missed hazelnut extra. That's what they chunk up the sugar and cream at the bottom to give you heart disease. And then the donuts. And I would drive 8 hours just to get these donuts. And I mean, I would make an adventure out of it and stay there usually. But I would come back. Then they built one 3 hours away, which was still a pretty big hike, but it was worth it. I would get the sausage, egg, and cheese double up on a croissant, hazelnut, or French vanilla extra extra, and a donut. It was so good.
Yeah, so I have a lot of donut stories. I I feel like it goes back to childhood yet in adulthood, but like I have like stories of trying to find change with my brothers and like we got to walk to Dunkin' Donuts and get our munchkins when donuts were so cheap back in the day. I used to walk, me and my brothers used to walk and I don't know, we were free back then. We were the 90s kids, so we did a lot of independent things. But yeah, so
Yeah, that's wild.
that's
Walking around when you're a
that's our
kid.
donut stories we have.
Yeah. I mean, can I just continue eating my donut?
No.
It's not part of it. One thing I was going to say, a little relation, is that donut day and going to Dunkin' Donuts for hours upon hours. I was working at a company called Ruckus Wireless, especially at the time, and it's their birthday today. They've been around for 20 years, and they were really, for me, a pivotal part in my conversion from webmaster, playing around with Drupal and a little bit of PHP to actually knowing how to use the terminal, how to use the inspector really well, because of my boss at the time, Matt Edens, who works at Apple now. He was like crazy. Like he would just kind of talk to the computer and be really vocal and really explain what he did well to anybody in layman's terms. And it really, I think, it made me 100% better listening to his crazy talk in the booth next to me and how he'd explain what he was doing. And happy birthday to Ruckus, because I think without them, I mean, I'm sure I would have gotten there, but it was really my first Silicon Valley startup like experience into that vein of employment, and it was cool. And I went public during the time that I worked there, and it was never the same because all the management changed. They took away our free Baby Bell cheese, which I was surviving on, Baby Bell and fizzy water. And after that, I was like, oh, there's no more Baby Bell cheese here. So
Let's move on to the next.
moving on.
Yeah, so for me, Ruckus Wireless, happy birthday. My experience with them, I was working at a technology company. At the time, it was called Atrion, and I was in the purchasing department, sales support, and I would purchase Ruckus Wireless for the clients. So it is something that, to me, was my first interaction getting into the more technology industry. So happy birthday.
To Ruckus. Yeah, it's weird that we both, even before we met, she had her experience with, like, I might have seen her name pass by while I was working on the partner portal. I don't know. It could have happened at the time, actually.
Maybe.
It seems
Maybe not.
if I could turn back time, I would look for your name. We have other things to talk about besides donuts.
Yeah.
I want to talk about reCAPTCHA. We were talking about this last night.
Yeah, so we have some tips for you guys. So we were just thinking of some questions that we get a lot from our clients, and one thing that a lot of people can relate to is when they have a website, they're getting too much spam. So just off the bat, just if you don't already have it, to install reCAPTCHA v3 version 3, and it's the invisible reCAPTCHA. And just based on our experience, it works well. I mean, you're not going to 100% get rid of spam completely, but it does lessen the impact of that daily or even multiple times a day getting slammed with spam.
Yeah, and I was going to say it's invisible because you know how sometimes you have to click I am a human, or you got to solve a puzzle, or click the buses and you don't know which one is the bus. Is everything the bus? Is the top of the bus the part of the bus? Is the wheel the bus?
You know, those tests are easy, even for me. I feel like as a technology person, I don't know. I mean, I wear contacts, so maybe I have a hard time seeing or something, but I usually have to take them at least twice.
Or are you a robot, Raina?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you
or I'm a bot.
You're a hybrid. The invisible reCAPTCHA will actually, it's invisible, so you don't really do anything. But the way it works is based on like the mouse of the user and the input. So it pretty much says, is this person or thing moving its mouse in a human way? Have they done things already in a human way, or did they just come here onto the website like a bot? So that's how it gives you, and it gives them a score. And with invisible reCAPTCHA, you can actually set a score threshold, which says you want to be more hard, really, like how often you tell if it's spam, or you could be more lenient on the other side and say, well, some people don't act the same way, so let them through. So there's like a score from, I think it's 0.3 to 0.
Yeah, like how strict do you want it to be?
That's it.
Yeah, I think that's a better word for it.
I don't know what.
Oh God.
Yeah, so I mean that it is essential too, because especially the web now, if you have an open form, forget it. It's just constant spam, 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 spam. So even with the reCAPTCHA, sometimes there's bots out there now. Let's not go back to talk about AI, but there's plenty of bots out there that can read reCAPTCHA, like the letters that are all squiggly, can click for you.
So yeah, beware.
Always a game of catch up, really. The people make the things, and then the people, the good actors, the white hats make these, and the black hats make these, and game of catch up forever. What was the other thing? Oh, analytics we're talking about, like marking down dates that are important, right?
Yeah. So another tip that we have, just like end of the week tip, really, anytime you're making changes to your site, you want to make sure that any big changes like that, you need to record and take a look at analytics and Search Console and be able to have a baseline, and then also measure over 3 or 6 months to see what that change has done. So our tip is really to, if you haven't, make sure that those analytics are set up. There's tools out there like SiteKit that is really user-friendly, that you can just add a plugin and it integrates, and you just put in the login for your Google and it connects it, or you can also install it manually through scripts, which is better, I think, to be able to track that data. So making sure that any changes you make on your website, that you are able to capture a baseline first and then measure over time. We like to do an assessment every 6 months when it comes to our client websites, just to kind of see what's happening, like when it comes to the content that's being added to the site, SEO, and even the search trends that are happening. How is that impacting our clients? And we do a review after 6 months, if not sooner, to take a look at that, depending on what's going on.
Yeah, sometimes sooner. And hopefully it's gone up since the 6 month start. And with the date thing, you can actually go into analytics and mark it right there. There's a little box, and then you can generate reports based on that. You can say, on this date that we made the change, what was the year over year or week over week from these certain dates. And it's really helpful to see if the changes that you made, because you don't want to develop or design, for us at least, blind and say, let's make changes, and if it works, it works. You always want to base it on some sort of data. So whether that's A/B testing or just simple like analytics, looking at it and saying, did the change we make things go up or make things go down? Just like, that's the simplest explanation of it, really. But it works.
Yeah. Did you finish your donut?
No, I'm like,
I can't eat live, really. It would just be a mess. So I'm gonna not do that.
yeah.
But the donut is really good, so make sure you guys get your donuts.
Yeah, definitely. Did everybody everybody, I'm talking to a complete live studio audience. We have our we're gonna hide for a second. We have our donut day cover, but we also have our cat there saying Happy Friday. I figured we could give a shout out to our cat.
Yeah, Belle is our cat. He is a Chantilly cat, and we love him. He kind of came to us. I'll tell you a quick story because it's Friday. I'm not really, we weren't really cat people, but happened to come across, really, Belle found us. We noticed on the Ring camera a cat coming at nighttime, and he was just so cute and fluffy. And I don't know, something just told us like, oh, I think he's hungry. So don't normally do this, but got some cat food and put it out there for him. And of course, he started coming back. But he was so friendly, not like a usual stray. So we just grew a bond and then became, to me, I feel like Belle is my soul animal because I've never had it like a connection with a cat so much. But long story short, it turned out that Belle was an in-house cat, but his owner ended up passing away. Rest in peace, George. Um, he was a neighbor, and there was nobody else to take him. So Belle, one snowstorm, as the animal shelter was coming to like try to get Belle, and because apparently there were more cats in the house, Belle ended up coming back to us, and he was like pushed up against the window, and it was about to be a snowstorm, so he came in our house and he's never left. So that's how Belle came to be, and he's so good with the kids, and we love him.
Yeah, I've never. Do you say that his name is Bell because he was ring the ring?
Yeah, no, I didn't say that. So yeah, we would know he's around because the ring. Everyone knows the ring sound, so we would hear the ring sound. We would, Belle's here. So we called him Belle. And at the time, he was so fluffy, I couldn't tell if he was a boy or a girl. So we just named him Belle. And then we couldn't change his name at that point. So
yeah, the jury's still out if there's an E at the end or not an E, because we thought he was a she.
There's an E at the end.
But then we looked and there's nothing under there. So it turned out to be a boy. But I've never, honestly, I'm a cat person. I've always grown up with cats my whole life. I've had animals. And I've never seen a cat get this close to a human being. He like curls up on her, the normal things like the making biscuits, but he's obsessed, and he'll wait and he'll say good morning, like literally like he follows her around, does yoga with her.
He loves yoga. Every time I do yoga in the morning, he's like, he just comes on my mat and he's like ready. And I'm like, wow, this cat is down for the yoga energy.
Yeah, sure. He just started warming up to me, and I mean, it's been.
And Landon, I think he took a little while to warm up to the boys, and well, even the girls too, but
probably out of desperation. Like I think that one day that you weren't here, he was like, "Okay, I guess I'll get my love from somewhere else." But he's a good cat, and I love him. Aww. We've had him for 3 years, right? I think.
Yeah, almost 4. Yeah.
It's crazy. Time flies. Well, here's to you, Belle. Where is Belle?
Belle, our office cat. Cheers.
Cheers. This Dunkin' Donuts coffee. It's so not fancy. It's all chunky at the bottom with sugar, too. I'm like chewing it.
Wow. So this is a short one today.
Raina's actually meeting with a client after. So you have more coffee. You have a coffee date.
Yeah. I have a coffee date, and then we have client calls this afternoon. So we're just ending the week on a fun note. I think it's been a productive week, right?
It's really productive. Not only for this streak of lives. What are we on? This is day 4. Yeah. I mean, this has been really cool and eye-opening, and just an experience into this realm of social media. And like we said yesterday, LinkedIn, like getting into the helping and all that. Besides that, it's been a productive week because we put a lot of effort into fixing and improving our own internal processes and website and stuff that's based around Three Tone Digital. So I like when those weeks happen, and I'm satisfied at the end of the week. Like they say, like at the end of the day, you should feel like you did as much as you could. Well, at the end of this week, I feel like we've done as much as we could, and ventured into this unknown world of going live.
And it's something that we're testing out for our business, but we're also learning and we'll recommend for our clients as well. So we're kind of doing our own experiment here, going live. So we're on day 4. I don't know what's going to happen after day 7. We'll have to reward ourselves. 7 days straight going live.
I'm gonna get pho. We have this great Vietnamese pho restaurant called Saigon Spring. Shout out to Saigon Spring. Too much sodium though, but oh my god, the best soup. I'm craving it. I've been craving it. It's been a month.
It's too hot for pho for me. It has to be like a rainy, cold day for
Just
some
sit-
hot soup.
Just sit next to the air conditioner. I like to get this spice. I'm very
It's actually supposed to rain. I think all next week or
Sweet.
something.
It's perfect. Oh yeah, that's right. It's gonna rain all weekend. So there we go.
Might be a pho weekend.
They have a spicy broth.
Oh,
Oh my god. Pho ga. That means chicken pho. Now we speak Vietnamese. I think that's it, right? I mean,
yeah, so we're gonna hop on live tomorrow, maybe for just like quick tips, short Saturday, Sunday to keep our streak going here, and anything that's comes up, Google Trends or something like that regarding websites, we do a quick live. But yeah, we just wanted to come. Hope you guys have a beautiful Friday, and we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna make the music play us out, and then we'll disappear again. Ready?
It's not.
Here we go. Have a great day, guys.
Have
Thanks for tuning in.
a nice Friday.